Hi guys. I'm like this because I keep checking my blood. Not keep checking, but I wanted to take the blood pressure thing with me just to see what my blood pressure is like in my office in here in the car. This week my blood pressure has been around about 140, 150 over 98, 95. So it is high. It's on the high side. But I'm not sure whether I've got high blood pressure and I feel panicky, or I feel panicky and it gives me a high pressure. Which one is contributing to the high blood pressure? Is it just, and then you have to have high blood pressure from something, right? Unless it's kind of genetic, But I've never had high blood pressure, but it's been creeping up. Last year it was creeping up, the year before as well. It always used to be like 120/80. On the odd occasion that I've actually done a raw vegan diet or a pure carnivore diet for a week or something, it has really gone down to like 117 or 114 or something like that, to 75 or something like that. Of course, on a raw vegan diet you have no salt. Maybe that's why. But why would my blood pressure go down on a salty carnivore diet? Because you don't have the competing carbohydrates, I suppose. So either of those restricting diets seems to work. But now I think I'm going to go vegan, but not junk vegan, whole foods, plant-based vegan. So I'm going to have lots of fruits, well, not too many sweet fruits, some fruits, but mainly vegetables. Some grains, I'm going to have to go easy on the grains because of small intestinal fungal overgrowth, SIFO, and histamine intolerance, and other gut issues, gluten intolerance, dairy intolerance. So I'm gonna have to go easy because I've been like low carb for a long time, low carb-ish kind of ketovore diet, low carb, and because I have to avoid many vegetables and fruits, I've been on that low carb diet. But now, because of these, I'm getting palpitations all the time, palpitations. My blood pressure is high. I know it's high. Anything over 140 for me is high. The other day I went to see my lady friend, on the weekend, and she checked it. She didn't tell me, and I thought, oh, it must be high. And just now she told me, because I asked her, what was it that day? She said 157 over like 98 or something. So, but I was feeling really panicky at the time, really, really panicky. And so she wanted to test my blood pressure. Obviously it's going to be high, isn't it? But it's not that obvious, because sometimes in the past I felt really panicky, but my blood pressure wasn't high. It's high enough, my panic is so much that it affects my blood pressure. Online you see people like on the Fork Over Knives website or other kind of vegan websites or channels, that people who have gone vegan, but not vegan, I mean whole foods, plant-based vegan, healthy vegan, have reduced their blood pressure. So I have to think about reducing my blood pressure now and introducing now. The problem is, now that I introduce all these vegetables and some fruits and grains, I'm going to be tooting every day, because if you're on a carnivore diet, you don't toot. You know what tooting is, right? You don't release any gas from the back end. Yeah, when I was on the ketovore diet, which is basically a carnivore diet with some herbs and a few plants, nothing, absolutely nothing. You've got cobwebs down there, nothing's happening. But as soon as you transit back to not only a normal diet, which doesn't have much fiber or fruits and vegetables, if you go from a carnivore diet onto a whole foods, plant-based diet, it's like from night to day. So your colon, small intestine, is going to start to, the populations of carbohydrate fiber digesting bacteria is going to start to increase, and the bacteria that used to eat lots of like meat and fat will start to decrease. There's going to be a cull of these, and these are going to be increase. And as soon as they digest the starch, fruit and vegetable fiber, they're going to release gas, and this gas you have to release. So there's an adaptation period. So I know I'm going to be tooting or not me, it's not really you that toots, it's the bacteria that toots, and then it's got nowhere to go. I don't mind that, as long as I'm healthy, you know, that's the most important thing. I'm going to be like a rocket man for the next the next week, hopefully not. So this morning I had porridge oats with almond milk. My blood pressure was still high, but that's because the dogs were barking. I've got Bob and Jerry in the corridor. I have to separate them for Betty. Now Betty has her period. She jumped on my bed, and this morning there's drops of blood on my bed, so I have to change the sheets and wash them. I think I'll keep her in the corridor upstairs and just keep, or maybe from now on, because I have to rotate them, because at the moment I have Timmy and Sally that are really close to me now. They listen to me, you know, they feel that love, so they tend to listen more. But Bob and Jerry don't listen at all, because they always stay in the corridor downstairs. They're more like the guard dogs, and Timmy and Sally are more like the house dogs. So I'm going to swap them round and keep Betty, who has her period. I'm going to keep her outside in the corridor and let her sleep on a towel or some kind of a blanket. And so then, you know, Bob and Jerry won't be so wild, and I'll start taking them out, because that's what I have to do. I have to take them out, and that will get me my exercise in. Yeah, then I don't know, my daughter came down, my eldest complaining about something. I was away for a day, then I come back to see mess everywhere in the living room. I think one of the dogs destroyed the sofa. It was an old sofa anyway, but a second-hand sofa, but the sofa, you know, inside the cushion part, you know, the padding, there's all foam, a pink foam, and it's everywhere on the floor. In the conservatory, I cleaned it. There's 4 doggy poos in there. Bloody hell. And no one cleans anything up. They wait for muggins here to come and clean it up. So now I'm going to go and have to clean the corridor where they pooed, the conservatory, and the living room. One of the dogs peed in the living room, and it really smells. So I have to go and wash it with soap and water, and then with a detergent, you know, disinfectant. Because if you don't wash it, then the other dogs will come and they'll mark that territory again. So you see, nobody does that. Oh yeah, they're your dogs. Of course nobody does it. Yeah, that's my wife's attitude. Sorry, that's the lady indoors, their attitude as well. They're your dogs. Yeah, basically the conservatory is full of 4 poos, and I said, look, I left the conservatory clean. The living room is dirt, you know, like foam everywhere. You know, can you guys clean it up, please? Can you and Annabella clean it up? Well, they helped you to look after the dogs. So because they helped me to look after the dogs for one day, I have to come back and clean the shit. I don't want any arguments. That's why this can affect blood pressure. So I'm just going to go and do it. Clean up the poo and just avoid arguments. Yeah. So now I'm going to go on a raw vegan diet, a Whole Foods raw vegan diet, and eat salads. And oh yeah, what I did, you know, for my friend, because after chemo, like she does chemo every Monday, and during the week, like on the Monday she might be okay, Tuesday, Wednesday she might not be okay, Thursday she might feel really run down, I don't know, might have diarrhea or vomiting or sick feeling or no energy, headaches, you know, lots of different things. So she's got the food in her fridge and she might not want to make it. So what I did this time is I prepped food for her in the evenings. So she has
the A134 is partially blocked at the Huntington turn-off in Barnum.
So I prepped food for the week, for the evenings, in case she doesn't feel like. But also, I found that she's got food in the fridge, but she hasn't really used them. Or I was thinking also, because she has some arthritis, it's difficult to cut some foods. So what I did is I took everything out of the fridge, and it's really great because she's really flexible. She allows me to do all this. I put containers in the fridge, but I filled those containers with chopped up vegetables. So all she has to do is like chopped up in small pieces of celery, chopped up broccoli or cauliflower. All she has to do is just take them and make a salad. She doesn't even have to cut them to make a salad. So she can choose every day just to make a little salad. And so the whole fridge is like that, with chopped up, ready prepared vegetables or fruits. So it's really easy for her, because it's good. It's good to, you can tell people to go on a diet, go on a vegan diet, but if they're really ill or they're very tired or they've got brain fog, they can't remember stuff, because that's what chemotherapy does. You get like chemo brain and you feel tired, and you might want to eat, but you don't have the energy to actually make that meal, or you might forget, oh, what am I supposed to eat? You know, if she goes into the fridge, she'll remember, all right, it's got all things there all cut up, and then she just takes a bowl, puts them in the bowl, and puts some dressing on. That's it. It doesn't take long, and basically I want to take away all excuses or all limitations for eating. I wanted to eat all that food and loads of it. So I was thinking, you know, I can do that for her. Why can't I do it for me? The beauty about this lady's situation is she doesn't have a husband or a family. She's on her own. She has a cat, and it's fantastic because you got nobody bothering you, stress. But you've got no temptations. Like in my fridge, like in my house, there's Nutella, crisps, there's meat in the fridge that I share with my family, my wife. There's all manner of like temptations, cheese, milk. And I've got my section with raw vegan foods. The kitchen is full of temptations, you know, lots of temptations. So anyway, what I'm going to do is, in my section, because I've got a section in the fridge, I'm going to put some tissue paper on the bottom and then chop up vegetables and some fruits and make it ready for me. Because even though I'm not tired and stuff, I get lazy. You know, I'll make a tea and have some toast and butter instead of preparing a meal. Sometimes there are logistical reasons. My wife, the lady indoors is cooking, and the eldest is like pissed off. He's got her estrogen. Like when there's a room full of estrogen, I can't go in there. They're all like pissed off and all like bitching and complaining. When I say bitching, I mean like, you know, really with like high-pitched voices and really fast talking. No, I have to leave. So if I'm there having to prepare food and stay there and listen to all this crap, it elevates my blood pressure. So my plan to reduce my blood pressure is diet, like a raw vegan diet, but also eat a cooked meal in the evening. Increase my potassium, because I've avoided high potassium foods, because you can't eat banana, potato, spinach, like a few foods that I haven't been eating because I've avoided histamine, I've avoided gut problems, you know. But now I'm going to introduce them. I've got some avocado, spinach, potatoes, sweet potato, and see what happens, you know, because I need potassium. Your body needs potassium. So up my potassium, do exercise every day, reduce stress by maybe spending more time here. Because like even today, my blood pressure didn't go lower than 139 over 96 or something as soon as I woke up in the morning. That's because in the morning now Bob and Jerry are in the corridor downstairs, and they have really high testosterone. Both of them are growling at each other. So if they get into a fight, I won't be able to go down in time to stop them from killing each other. So I have to bring their testosterone down by castrating them. But I don't have the money. It costs about 400 quid or something like that. Unless you go to, I have to find out, there's a cheap vets, you know, some back alley vet with scissors. No, I don't know what they do, but I think they take not donations, but they reduce the price. So I have to find one of those and get Jerry and Bob's testosterone down. So I'm gonna have to section them off. Bob, I have to put him in the corridor. No, Jerry in the corridor, Bob in the area just outside the corridor. There's a small place there. Then I've got Betty. I have to section her off because she's got a period. And then I've got 2 dogs in my room, and then Dave can stay with Annabella, so I'll have to do it that way. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna stress management. I'm gonna relax more, take Epsom salt baths, go for walks, and just avoid the house. Just do what I have to do. Just put my head down and put things into boxes. Just avoid her indoors and the other lady indoors. The other lady indoors hasn't even spoken to me for about 6 weeks. What did I do? She's the one who swore and said bad stuff. I ended up going into the car and crying, and yet she doesn't talk to me. And they're both the same, mother and daughter. They will never say sorry, never. I can't wait to get rid of be away from all that bloody estrogen energy, that demonic energy. I have to bide my time and make the most of this time that I have now. and you know, get to work, fill all the boxes in because we're moving, clean the house as much as I can, just move as much of my stuff away. This lady has helped me. She said you can move as much as you can put into, but her house is tiny. Well, anyway, that's what I'm experiencing at the moment and going through. Yeah, do you guys know how to get rid of, you know, high blood pressure, how to bring it down? I know exercise, diet, which for me is going to be like a low-fat, vegan, raw, mainly raw, but cooked food as well, a whole foods, plant-based diet, stress management, like relaxing myself, deep breathing, or different types of breathing to relax the brain, the body. Exercise, yes, exercise. Yeah, and just keeping away from trouble, keeping away from de-stressing myself as much as possible. Those SAD lights. Oh, I got those SAD lights. I didn't know the plant growing lights, what they're called. All right, speak to you guys in the next video. Hopefully I'm feeling a lot better. I don't have the just palpitations from hell. And when I check my blood pressure, it's like 140, 150. That's just, I've never had it that high. Maybe it's just an accumulation of all this stress, you know. And now the days are getting darker. I don't get the UV light to affect the brain, to affect serotonin. My dose is maybe too low. 5 milligrams of Seroxat is maybe too low. I don't know. I have to see the doctor and monitor my blood pressure for 24 hours to see what my average is, if my average is too high. Okay guys, see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for listening. Love yourself, most important thing. Love God, or maybe love God the most important thing, I don't know. And speak to you guys in the next video. Bye. This is my blood pressure inside the car. Just finished doing shopping and just relaxing. I've got 2 dogs in the back. Yeah, this is in Morrison's car park. And I feel okay. I think maybe the stress is caused by having to go back home, and the stress of the house, you know, family life. Well, not my family, but definitely not my son or my young daughter. My eldest and my wife. The house, the sale, the divorce, everything. Every day having to see that person, and it's difficult not to argue. No, I don't argue anymore. I'm just like a drone. I just go about doing my stuff.